Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now Christmas is just around the corner, which means in today's video I'm going to be suggesting to you some of my favourite motorsport and Formula One inspired Christmas gifts. If you've got Formula One fans in your household, in your world, maybe I can suggest some things that might inspire you, some ideas that perhaps you just haven't seen before that might help you bring a smile to someone else's face this Christmas. And on top of all of that, some of the products that I'm going to show you today, I will also be giving away. So I might even be able to get your Christmas shopping done without you spending a single penny. Stay tuned. Okay, let's start with the ultimate stocking filler. Now, many of you already have this, many of you will have seen it, but if you haven't, this is the big one. We can't do a video like this without talking about my book, The Mechanic. As you can see, perfectly fits in a stocking, but you can also get it as an audio download because I spent 2 days sat in a recording studio reading every single word of my own book, which was a weird experience, but I think you'll find that brings an extra element of life to it, particularly some of my terrible Kimi Räikkönen impressions that are on there as well. So there you go, the Christmas gift for the F1 fan in your life, The Mechanic, by Mark Elvis Priestley. Now this next one I love because of its beauty, because of its precision and its attention to detail. That's what Formula One has done to me, has instilled this level of attention to detail where I appreciate beautiful and well-made things, and that's exactly what this is. Everything from the packaging down to the product itself. It's from a company called World Race Circuits. They're available on the gpbox.com, which many of you will know from a number of my videos last year where we did a lot of giveaways, so they've got loads of interesting stuff. But World Race Circuits have produced a beautifully engineered selection of racetracks in a selection of materials. I've got a really beautiful dark wood one here. They are around about 110 to 120 pounds for the entire set, depending on which options you have, which size you have, which type of wood you have, which finish. And as I said there, the way they are made, the way they're presented, for me, makes them a very special gift for someone who is massively into Formula One. And perhaps, even given the year we've had, a bit of a collector's item. I love them. Now this next gift idea is something that I think represents the brilliance, the ingenuity, the inventiveness to overcome some of the challenges that 2020 has thrown up around us. I can't show you it physically, so it's online. Take a look at this, but it comes from a place we all know and love, Silverstone. Silverstone have decided to create a couple of experiences this Christmas that you and your family can participate in together, where you take your own car, your own road car, onto the famous Formula One circuit at Silverstone, drive around a lap whilst a light show and laser show and fireworks are all going off as you do your lap. Not at Formula One speeds, but this is a way of doing it socially distanced, very safe, and with the people you love inside your own car. There are two options which I think are incredibly reasonably priced. There is one option where you just do the lap with your family in the car. You get the light show, you get the laser show. That's £35 per car, which I think is great. On top of that, there's a second option for £50 where you still do the lap with the shows, and then at the end you go for a drive-in movie together with the kids and family. The movie is The Snowman, a Christmas classic of course. But what a brilliant way to experience the Silverstone racetrack. You've never had this opportunity before, and given that we've got so many restrictions and difficulties around getting together and doing things like this in 2020, hats off to Silverstone that have created something very special, create an amazing set of memories for those involved, and at a very reasonable price. They're massively running out of slots on this, as you can imagine, but there are still some available. Head to laplandsilverstone.co.uk now to get all the details and book yourself a slot. I love that one. Now this one you may have already seen, a bit of a teaser, a bit of a glimpse on my Instagram feed, because I was lucky enough to have Formula One Fragrances send me their press pack when they launched the F1 fragrances a few weeks ago. Now in true Formula One style, it's presented in this beautiful, pristine, immaculate fashion with attention to detail, to everything, to the way that the thing is packaged, to the actual products themselves, the design of these little tester bottles, and the main product here in a fantastic 3D printed exoskeleton around the actual bottle of unisex perfume. Now there are 5 different fragrances. This particular press pack here has samples of 4 of them and then an actual full 75ml bottle of the main one. They are one called Neon White. There is Overtake 320. There is Turn 1. This one's called Precious Metal. And this one, which was actually my favourite, which is lucky because that's the one we got the big bottle of, is called Carbon Rain. I really like the smell of actually all of them. They are unisex, so good for men or women. But actually, this is not just a gimmick. This has been something that has been put together in Formula One fashion, you know, with the attention to detail to everything. A huge team behind it, a huge project. And actually the result is something that looks great, but also smells really nice. Now, each of these 5 scents in these beautiful bottles is £195, which, yes, is a lot of money, but not in the world of high-class, high-quality perfumes. They are only available in Europe at the moment, so if you're outside of Europe, I'm afraid they are coming to you, but just not yet. What Formula One fragrances have done, which I do think is brilliant, is they've offered a sample pack. They call it the Discovery Set, whereby you can get a discovery set including one of these in each of the 5 scents. So you can test each one of them, decide which one you like. That's only £20, £19.95. And then what's great is that if you decide which one you like best and order the main bottle of fragrance, that £19.95 that you paid for the discovery set is wiped off the price. So actually you got them for free. Now, I am going to be giving this press pack away at the end of this video. That is something that money cannot buy, because this is simply for press, for media only, to promote the product. But you can win it at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Okay, now this one you have actually seen before, because I've featured it before. This comes from Box. This is the Box tea towel, this year in black, with all of the 2020 circuits printed on there. Again, something that potentially could become something of a collector's item, given that this will probably be the only season that we get this selection of racetracks in one particular Formula One calendar year. But the thing that I love most of all is the calendar that comes from Box. Again, this is something where they have spent as much time on the packaging and the presentation as they have on the actual product itself. When you open up the packaging, you are presented with this beautiful array. That's a stand for the calendar, a series of brilliant prints of very special Formula One cars from over the years, and there are a number of those, some really great ones. The photography is beautiful, the quality is beautiful, they feel great, they look great. And then if we flip them around, there is the calendar. I've had this, the 2021, on my desk all year. It actually is a really lovely thing to look up from the computer and see. I find them really handy to have around, but also just really quite inspirational. And even better than that, I have got 3 of these to give away at the end of the video. Now, if you don't want to spend hundreds of pounds on a Christmas gift, if you're looking for stocking fillers, well, I found some great ones on the F1 merchandise store, so the official store. F1 branded face masks. You see all the teams wearing them, you're seeing people in the paddock wearing them. Well, you can have some at home, and they come in a range of different designs, but all with the official F1 branding on, which I really like. I think it's a great little symbol to show outwardly that you are a Formula One fan when you're wearing this about town. Hopefully we won't be having to wear face masks for too much longer in the future, but right now we do. Great place to get them is from the F1 store. They range from about £12 to £15 for the various different designs, so really nice and cheap, perfectly fit in a stocking. Great gift for someone who loves Formula One. InTheBook.com, I think, has come up with a great idea. It's called A Newspaper History of Formula One in the form of a personalised book. So a really nice, big, hardback, almost a coffee table style book, personalised with your name or the name of the person you're buying it for imprinted on the title page there. And then inside, it has all of the newspaper headlines and cuttings, all the big stories from across the papers, right from back in 1958 up to and including Lewis Hamilton's 2020 world title win. Newspapers, of course, are the things we just read once and throw away. Well, this preserves them in a brilliant way that you can just grab a moment with some great photos, the story behind it. You can flick it open at any point, as I say, leave it on a coffee table, open the book up, and then drift back into that moment that you may well have forgotten about from Formula One's history. So I've never seen anything like this before. They actually do it for all other sports as well. If you're a football fan, they do it for those kind of things too. But a newspaper history of Formula One in the form of a personalised book from inthebook.com, I think it's a really nice Christmas gift idea. Right, now for the really exciting bit, and it's really simple because I've got stuff to give away that you can win. I've got 3 of these absolutely stunning 2021 calendars from boxboxbox.com. I've got my own personal press pack from F1 Fragrances, which I've already said is worth a considerable amount of money. But actually, even if you add all the money in the world, because you can't buy these, it's essentially priceless. And speaking of things that you can't buy anymore, a hardback version of my book, completely sold out now, only paperbacks available, but I will send you a personalised version with a message from me, whatever message you like, written inside with my own fair hand. You can have one of those ahead of this Christmas as well. All you have to do, it's so simple, is share a link to this video on your social platforms. So share the link, tag me in it of course, and use the hashtag. Very important this, because this is how I'm going to select a winner. Use the hashtag F1ElvisGifts. Hashtag F1ElvisGifts. And I will then go through and pick a winner. You can share it on Twitter. If you're lucky enough to have the swipey up feature on Instagram stories, you can do it there, or you can even do it on Facebook. I don't even use Facebook very often, but I'm going to open it up for this competition to give you as many opportunities to win as possible. So do that, share the video, maybe say some nice words about it as well, if you like. Tag me in it. I will find it by using that hashtag, and I will select some winners at random to receive this brilliant selection of gifts at some point early next week. So get on with it. Have a great week and have a Merry Christmas. Ta-da.